Now, I don't know if you know, but there's a controversy swirling around Woody Allen right now. Of course, you know Woody Allen, great director, borderline pedophile. Really.
Maybe great pedophile.
Maybe great pedophile.
Jesus.
So he's been accused by his daughter, or not his daughter, apparently. I don't even know how. Is it his daughter?
His adopted daughter.
His adopted daughter.
Yeah, he has one biological son, and then he and
So
Mia
Dylan-
Farrow, I believe, adopted 2 kids together, and then
Okay.
Mia has adopted many other kids.
Yes.
With Andre Previn, and
Yeah.
then
She's a-
subsequent to
yeah.
that too.
Now, I'm not saying that Mia Farrow does not have flaws.
I don't know her. No.
I don't know her.
Right.
I know what she didn't do. She didn't marry Woody Allen's adopted son when he was 17.
No, she did not do that.
She did not do that.
No, she did not.
She didn't take nude photos of Woody's adopted son when he was 17.
And the category that Soon Yi falls into is that she was not Woody Allen's adopted daughter. She
Not.
was Mia's adopted daughter.
Yes.
But as we just said, together, Mia and Woody had a biological son.
Yes.
Unless it's Frank Sinatra's biological son, but technically
what
at
people
the
are saying.
time
Yeah.
they believed that they had a biological son, and then they adopted. I believe it's 2 kids together. It might only be 1, but I think it's 2 kids together. So, any way you slice it, Soon Yi was the sister to Dylan and the brother to now Ronan, who had a different name then, Satchel, I believe. So I mean, and yes, it was Mia's adopted daughter, but it was also his son's sister.
Yes.
His daughter's sister.
Yes.
I don't think it gets described that way often.
So this is
Glad you were able to break it down.
So this is what I'm talking about. So the people are making excuses for Woody Allen, right? So what happened was they gave Woody Allen this big award. What was the award they gave him? Right, that everybody
It
came.
wasn't a big award. It was the lifetime achievement at the Golden Globes, which is
Did he even show
it's like
up
a
for it?
participation medal.
Did he show up for it even?
He didn't show. He doesn't show up for anything.
Right. He did show up after 9/11 to the Academy Awards.
He
Remember-
did.
remember that?
Yeah, he did after that.
And
That's
he did like 5 minutes of stand up. Was hilarious. I mean, the guy's talented.
right. And unbelievably talented.
Unbelievably talented guy. So now Dylan, when he's getting that a Lifetime Achievement Award, put out an article saying he molested her when she was 7 years old. And so now the people are disputing it. They're saying that she's just saying that it didn't really happen, which I don't think you can say that to someone. If a woman says a guy who has a sketchy past, to say the least, if a woman says that the guy who was her dad,
Her
stepdad, who married her sister, molested her.
Yeah.
It's like this is happening in Kentucky, right? It's like Woody Allen didn't live on the Upper West Side. It's like he's from Kentucky. Now his daughter is also the grandson of his wife, or Mia Farrow. It's like weird. They're sisters to each other's cousins, to each other's mothers, sister, brother, grandpa. It's all screwed up because of what Woody Allen did.
The heart wants what the heart wants.
The heart wants.
That's what he said.
Heart wants. So anyway, this got brought up on the View, right? And I just thought that The View was just going to rip Woody Allen to shreds, right?
This is sort of you think the show is a kind
You think a
has a little
woman-
feminist angle to it. It's women's empowerment.
At the very least, Woody Allen was a 50-something-old guy preying on a 17-year-old girl, right? Who was the daughter of his lover.
That's right.
Okay, that is what happened. Okay, in his 50s, he did a movie called Manhattan where he was 40 and he said it was creepy that he was with a 16-year-old. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
Yeah.
He goes, I'm older than her father. That was in Manhattan.
That's right.
He waits 10 more years to go after somebody even younger, and so here. Let's watch his defender, Barbara Walters, has this to say.
So I know Mia. I have a good relationship with her. But I've been with Woody many times with his 2 daughters. He's got almost a 20-year-old marriage to Sun Yi, which started as a sensation. It's a solid marriage. He has 2 children, 2 girls. Bashay is 14, Manzi is 13. I have really seen a father as sensitive and as loving and as caring as Woody is and Sunyi to these two girls. I don't know about Dylan. I can only tell you what I have seen now, that it's a
But,
good marriage and that he is a loving,
The thing that makes me
caring
question it, though,
father.
Barbara,
I think that has to be said.
Yeah, and all I can tell you is I haven't seen OJ kill anybody since 1996. That's all I'm saying is what I see. I wasn't on Bundy Drive that night, so I don't know what happened, but I can tell you when I see O.J. Simpson now, he's playing golf, he's nice to his caddies, he's always tips well at the bar at 19th hole. He's a swell guy, he's affable, he's the greatest guy. That's all I see is O.J. Simpson being a great guy. So this is what this is literally, and she's a fucking news person. Now, I'm not saying that Woody Allen molested Dylan, I'm saying that it's not for me to say. And it's not for me to say it didn't happen. It's for me to shut up about. But for fucking Barbara I don't know, am I out of my mind? Isn't that weird that she's defending him? Like those are the worst defenses. He's nice now.
Right.
He's nice. You know, when I see him now with Mia Farrow's daughter, that he started having sex with when she was 17, you know, that guy, he's the greatest guy.
You know,
I wonder if he's going to bang one of his own kids in a couple of years.
Ooh.
Do you
By
think?
the way, I disagree. I look at it from a very different point of view.
Oh, how
which
do
is
you-
I think Barbara Walters, if you really listen to this, is on the verge of saying, oh my God, we shouldn't be doing this. Like, we shouldn't be sitting around talking about stuff we don't know about that isn't our business.
You think so? Okay.
I think she's like on the verge of realizing everything we do at The View is terrible. Like, this is a bad project. We should shut this down. Like, she's just realizing the concept of privacy. Like, oh, I actually know that person. Maybe we shouldn't. Hold on a second.
Well, she says it's a great idea. I love that. And then she's retiring. So it's like she's deciding this whole last 20 years has been a giant mistake in my life. But she's like, I don't know. All I will say is this. I know Mia, I like Mia, and also Woody is as good a father. Didn't she say something like that? As good a father as, I mean, because, my friend Michael from the Turks, my friend Jeng from the Turks, my friends at home, Mike and Eric and Dan and Joel and Lane, and I know a lot of better fathers. I can come, and I bet Barbara can too.
Name a lot of better fathers than Woody
I
Allen?
bet she could literally name hundreds of them. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what?
You're a better father?
I just started, but I'm better.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go to the next clip. Barbara Walters keeps going.
What I see is
I'm going by, yes, how do you judge? You judge people primarily by being with them, seeing with them. The fact that he likes, quote, younger women, that has nothing to do with whether
they're not of age. 17 is not of age, Barbara. Right. When you're,
But it was mutual. You have no idea.
when you say 17 is mutual.
Now, I don't know if you heard everything that was said there, but she goes, he likes, quote, younger women. What is, quote, what quote? Quote, Soon Yi.
Right.
His lover's daughter, knew her when she was a kid, waited till she was 17, started banging her.
Oh, no.
Sister to his children.
Sister to his children.
Quote now means actual.
Robert said, quote now means that.
I think Soon Yi was 19. I looked it up today, and I think she was 19. Which
Oh,
would
so
be
nine.
of
So now
age.
we're saying that she was.
I
but
think when they discover,
the pictures were from when she was 17.
The pictures are when she was 17. I believe it is taken as the word is the scandal began at 17.
Yes. So
I think.
even though she discovered the photos when Soon Yi was already 21, the photos were taken when she was 17.
Or
This is what I'm to believe, right?
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. It's all. I don't care. It's creepy, right? But you're right. You're right. Okay. So if she wasn't 19, still, frickin' daughter, stepdaughter. You've known her since she was a kid. She's the adopted daughter of your lover. Hey, what do you? Fuck it. I'm horny. I'm horny. I'm horny. That is just. What do you live in Kentucky? You're missing teeth and brain cells. Are you sniffing glue? This guy got all the money in the world. I'm gonna bang my lover's stepkid, and we're gonna have, and I'm gonna have some kids with her, so her kids will have sisters that are grandkids, and ugh. Okay, and I know I'm disparaging Kentucky. I shouldn't do that. I love Kentucky. I've been to Louisville. It's a great town. Rest of Kentucky, but. So she also said, but it was mutual. She goes, it was mutual. What Barbara Walters said, it was mutual. Woody Allen, a 50-something-year-old guy with a girl he knew since she was a kid, who he helped raise, for Christ's sake, the adopted daughter of his lover. It was mutual. Like, isn't Barbara Walters supposed to call that kind of a guy a lech? If there's a meaning to the word lech, isn't that it? What kind of creepy predatory behavior? I don't care what you say. That's like saying, Roman Polanski's a great guy now. Like they do say Roman Polanski's a nice guy. They have actors who can't line up to work with them. And he raped a 13-year-old girl, and nobody cares about it. Anyway.
So in 1976, when Woody Allen was, I guess, a young man by our definition of Woody Allen. He was in his late 30s, 40 years old in 1976. Okay. 40 years old. People magazine ran a profile of him.
Oh, really?
This was linked to me. Somebody suggested this week. They said, check out the last 2 paragraphs of this People magazine thing. And I found it again today.
Okay, let's hear it.
So here's the last 2 paragraphs. It talks about his love life and so forth. And
sure.
I guess he was single at the time. And he'd been with Diane Keaton, and they broke up, but they still work together. Woody will admit now only to, quote, dating around and living with girls for stretches ranging from 2 days to 2 weeks, if you call that living together. Could he possibly have mellowed from the days when his movies rated, I can't read my own, when his movies rated horniness as a human malaise second only to bubonic plague? Quote, I try to have sex only with women I like a lot, Woody explains solemnly. Otherwise, I find it fairly mechanical. He goes on, quote, I'm open-minded about sex. I'm not above reproach. If anything, I'm below reproach. I mean, if I was caught in a love nest with 15, 12-year-old girls tomorrow, people would think, yeah, I always knew that about him.
Wow!
Yeah, that's from 1976. That's Woody Allen.
Wow!
Yeah.
At the time, he's writing movies about dating 16-year-olds and filming it, and soon to go on to have a relationship with a teenage girl.
And you're right, in 1992, Soon-Yi was then 21, so maybe she was 19 at the time. I always thought I've been going with 17. Maybe
I've been going with 17 because that's what I'm going to stick with 17 because it's worse. Anyway, she said it was mutual. She's saying those are the kind of defenses a molester uses that Barbara Walters is giving to Woody Allen.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, of course, none of us know what happened, and it is worth mentioning that the accusations came up only in the custody battle after the thing, but it's why no one should talk about it.
Yeah.
It's why if you're a professional, you go, hey man, I don't know, the whole thing it's certainly disturbing, and man, whether Dylan, no matter what happened, man, I just want Dylan to be okay.
Yes.
I badly hope she has people around her who love her and can take care of her.
But the point is, Ben, I'm not making a judgment on Dylan. I'm staying out of that.
Right.
I'm staying out of the shit that we know already. Barbara should be like,
right.
Oh boy, this guy's a creeper, huh?
Yeah.
Could you imagine having this guy over for Thanksgiving? Hey, it's my uncle and my grandpa. How are you? I mean, and that's what she should be saying. Like, what a creeper! Keep him away from your daughter, for Christ's sake. I wouldn't let your teenage daughter free around him.
We should remember that Mia Farrow married Frank Sinatra when she was 21 and he was 50. So she didn't mind being with a much older man who'd been with hundreds of women. Yeah. That is interesting.
Yeah.
I think.
Frank Sinatra, though, not Mia's stepfather.
Right.
All these things are worth mentioning. All that everyone's saying is worth mentioning.
So do women get angry at guys who are 50 who marry 20-year-olds and date 20-year-olds? I thought that was repulsive to women. I thought
It sounds cool.
I thought that was, so now that's all cool. Apparently Barbara Walters, this is hunky-dory. Of course, Barbara Walters had an affair with a married senator and didn't think anything about that. That was cool. She was having sex with another guy's husband in hotels in Manhattan. Right? And I'm not judging her. I'm just letting you know that that's what happened.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why she likes to defend people who have sex outside their marriage and do creepy things like that.
There's
I
no.
think if you watch the rest of the interview, Barbara Walters ends up saying something like, Dylan's motives are suspect.
Yes!
Which I have a problem with that. That why wouldn't she just say, hey, my heart really goes out to Dylan Farrow. Whatever she is facing right now sounds horrific. I would just say, let's not let's not judge the situation too harshly. But she never really says anything compassionate
She does all
about
the wrong
Dylan.
things. She
She
does
does
all the
all-
things
all-
you're not supposed to question a rape. You're not supposed to do.
That's why I love what Ronan Farrow did. Like, because he is just like whatever it is, and there's no way for us to know, right? Of course, but as we've talked about here, what we do know for sure is weird.
Yes.
And Ronan he can't know totally either, right?
Right.
But he has got his sister's back.
Yes,
And
he
I love
does.
That.
I love that too.
That.
Good for him.
I love that about him. Yeah.
Yes, and he's on MSNBC now, right?
Yeah.
Boy.
And he's smarter than
just
all
say
of
for
us.
the
Does it help to be
He's-
born into the right family?
Yeah, but that kid's super
Yeah,
genius.
he is super smart.
Yeah.
Can I just say for the record, really to Steph's point, everybody involved in this situation had a choice to say nothing.
Yes.
Everybody. They could have said, you know what? At the editorial staff meeting in the morning, you know, we're not going to touch that topic.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
We're just not going to do it.
Yeah.
And that was where mistake number one happened. Everything Barbara Walters said after that is gravy compared
That's
to
right.
that mistake.
Hey, Barbara,
right.
how about we do a segment where you end up defending a guy who married his own daughter? How about we do that? How about we do that? Let's go. I think that'll get us some fans.
Yeah, you're The View. You can talk about any stupid thing in the world. You weren't like, what else? I guess the show's only going to be 54 minutes today. How are we going to finish? Yeah.
Barbara Walters, may have been the only person that could make me agree with Sherry Shepherd.
Sherry Shepherd couldn't
I was on Sherry
possibly
Shepherd's side
have
on
been
that
more compassionate or reasonable or.
She's clear-headed.
Yeah.
Sherry Shepherd, who isn't sure if the world is round or not, is able to get this one right.